Hey guys, I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and just heading home from work. It's been a long day. Um, I'm working on a situation I haven't had before, where I went to seal a record. Nothing difficult, but I went to seal a record, and the client had multiple case numbers from the same incident, which that happens, and it's usually easily included. But on the clerk's website, it shows different dates. So it kind of threw me a little bit, and I wasn't sure how I could handle it. So what I'm doing to assure so we don't drag it out is I'm filing a motion with the judge to ask the judge to correct or confirm, to correct the court date, or request that the clerk correct the court date, and or have the judge make an order that says they're all together, so I could then file my motion or start my petition for sealing. Because what happens is if you file your application for sealing, it doesn't go through the state attorney's office. And if it doesn't go through the state attorney's office, it goes right to Tallahassee. So someone in Tallahassee looks at it, they see it, they might go, that's two different incident dates. And if there's two different incident dates, then I just wasted 3, 4, 5 months waiting for them to come back to go, yeah, we don't think it's together. So I'm going a step further, filing a motion with the court and having them do that. With the goal being that the judge will say, yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Foley. It all stems from the same incident or circumstance, and therefore is eligible to be sealed together. Because remember, in Florida, you really get one sealing or one expungement in your life. I mean, you seal a record, you wait 10 years, you expunge your record, or you simply expunge it if you're eligible. So I just never dealt with that little issue, and trying to figure out how it occurred, because it was based off a civil case where someone was alleged to have been in like contempt of court, violated the conditions of an order. But I realized that there's an order and there's an administrative code that says that if you violate the civil order and you can be held in contempt, that the clerk needs to file or open a case for a criminal matter, which I don't, I'm limited in the civil cases I do, and I don't really see like contempt in what I'm doing. But in like a family case, or maybe an injunction case, or I guess in PI a little bit, but not very often, not where it turned into criminal. So welcome to the lights, folks. So they just stayed at a light that was green, so now everyone's gonna run it, but not me. He just ran a red light, he just ran a red light. I'm gonna sit and talk to you guys. Anyway, so I worked on that, and then what do you guys think about working from home? I'm still skeptical. It's not in my wheelhouse to think that anyone can work from home and actually accomplish something. So no thank you. I dealing with an individual opposing counsel who apparently works from home and not at the office, not in court. And I don't know, I can't say that they don't respond by email, but sometimes it's just easier to pick up a phone and talk to someone and go, da 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 da. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to talking, I'm in the 90-something percentile. When it comes to typing, I'm in the 24th percentile, meaning I type about, 7 to 9 words a minute. I'm not a quick typer, and I misspell half of them. So it just takes me a lot longer. And I'd rather just say, hey, here's what I'm thinking, da da da, but it doesn't always work that way. And I was trying to get an opposing counsel to get on the phone with me, and they still haven't called me. and they just have this logic that, quite frankly, I think's off. And I just said, hey, I'm trying to do this, and I recognize what you're offering, but if I do this, I win. And do I really need to do this? I mean, I'm kind of showing you like why I would win, and they're just like kind of oblivious. And you know, it's not a difficult issue. It's just one of those things where, like, I can't even think of an example right now, but it's like, hey, you got some stuff on your face? No, I don't. Well, you haven't looked yet. I'm telling you, there's something on your face. You need a napkin. No, I don't. I'm just like, you're willfully blind. You're willfully blind. So I was dealing with a person like that today, and I was just going, you know, and right, because I can't get the person to talk to me on the phone, I'm writing and then rewriting and then chat GPTing and going, I want to stomp this person into the ground, but if I do it the other way, it's going to take me a lot longer. I'm just going like, hey, could you look? Like, you got cake on your face. You got cake on your face. And I could do it. And you know what? I'm probably just going to do it. But a lot of times my client is the decision maker, right? I have to say, here's option A, B, C. You know, it doesn't matter if it's personal injury or not. Like, you know, that's what I do. And the client's like, yeah, I could chip it. I'm like, no, it could be so much better if we do it this way. You know, I'm just tired. I don't want to spend all that time in the courtroom and the expense. And, you know, I have some different issues and time constraints. And I'm like, yeah, but you could win $1 million. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, I guess just what, you know, what they're offering is good. And yeah, I'm willing to take 10,000 on a $300,000 case because I just, even though I'm not doing anything, I'm just busy. I'm just busy, and whatever you get, Mr. Foley, is good. I'm like, no, let me go in, let me fight, let me squash them like a bug. Like there's a net, just, well, you know, and, sometimes my hands are crossed, guys. Like, it's, you know, different. Everyone's got a different personality. You know, my brother-in-law, Aldi, is the most relaxed guy. Like, I joke, I'm like, hey man, your house just blew up. Really? Man, that's unfortunate. Me, I'm like, my house blew up, oh my God. Like, I'm an emotional wreck, right? Aldi's like, all right, so what's the next step? I guess I'll call the insurance company and see if they're going to cover it. Aldi, I spoke to the insurance company. They're not covering it. Oh man, that's bad. And I love Aldi. I love my brother-in-law. I pray for his relaxedness, that's not a word, his sense of calmness. It's beautiful. Quite frankly, it's beautiful. You know, someone says something to me with the wrong tone, I'm like, you know, like, let me type my 8-9 words a minute and file my motion. I got good news for a client today. That was pretty cool. I was able to tell him he hired me for 3 cases, and I was able to get all 3 cases dismissed, and that was kind of cool, because it was complicated and there was some good issues. But we're going to do a video, and whoever watches my channel, you know, the couple subscribers that I have and the couple folks that are watching, we're going to do something. I don't know if it's going to be Friday or Saturday this week, but we're going to break it out and show you the cases, show you the body cam footage, show you the legal arguments, the case law research, the motions to suppress that we filed, or, shared with the state what arguments won. And I'm sure there'll be things that you guys like about it, things that you don't like about it. But it was kind of cool, up 3 times and hit 3 home runs. So that doesn't happen for me every day. It doesn't happen for my clients every day. So it's worth sitting talking about, and I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm not sure how we'll do it. We'll probably end up doing it on Zoom, and then I can share my screen and then do it like that and record the whole thing and then ultimately post it. That might be a way to do it, or I don't know. Depends on how involved he wants to get with it. But he's like, hey, do you mind if I post? I go, no, but let's get the announcement. Let's get the case dismissed on the record, and then we can do all our stuff. So that's kind of cool. Had a meeting with the FBI. That was interesting. Something that I think is important. I notice on TV shows, and you know what's crazy? I thought it was only on TV shows. I thought no lawyer in their right mind would ever allow their client to give a statement to police. Like, I would never let my client give a statement to police. It doesn't matter. Like, no, I just, no. So, I recently had a person call me. Look at this. What? Holy shit. That guy literally, guys, I'm doing, 60 in the second lane, traffic's going, 62. And this guy literally came up going about 100, and I knew he was gonna not make it. He had 2 choices. He was either going to smash into the back of the SUV who was driving 55 in the right lane, or he was coming over to me as I was passing that person, and he was going to smash into me, or he was going to smash into the guardrail. He had nowhere to go, and he was going too fast to stop. My God. And we wonder why, right? It's, everyone needs to look at themselves. Think about how fast you drive. Think about how fast your family members, your friends drive. And then go sit and watch a seminar when the state troopers do a thing, or your local police department shows what happens to people when a car flips or when a car hits another vehicle at 80 miles an hour. My goodness, if I wasn't, looking at all wind, that guy was, he was doing at least 100. And I don't know, maybe he was talking on the phone or something. He didn't realize that I'm going, holy shit, there's nowhere for him to go. So I hit my brakes so he could stay in his lane, hit his brakes, and swerve in front of me to avoid rear-ending the other person at 100. Holy crap. If that would have been on video, so does that guy deserve the ticket? You see why I don't want to do traffic tickets? Because, that's the dum-dum goes, I wasn't doing anything. Brother, you were doing 100 and something, in a 60. Come on. Anyway, someone called my office, and they said that they hired an attorney, and that the attorney, and then went down to the police station. I went, you did what? You went to the police station, not to surrender, but to give it, yeah. And then what did they do? Well, they put us in a room, and then they asked me questions, and I answered them, and my attorney was there, and I'm like, holy shit, you got a dumb attorney. Sorry. I know it's not, nice to say that someone's dumb, but they're especially stupid and dumb. And they answered the charges, the questions of the police officer, and guess what happened? They didn't have to take the ride in the police cruiser because they already went to the police station and gave a statement, and then they got arrested. And then sometime thereafter, they said, maybe, I don't know. But, the attorneys on Law and Order do it, and the attorneys on TV do it, and when you watch the Korean law film, and the things that are made in Canada, and those attorneys line up with their clients and answer all the questions. Well, Roger P. Foley doesn't do that. So I had an FBI agent, some local law enforcement, and they wanted to meet with my client, and I go, no, that's not going to happen. And I tried to ask them why, and they didn't want to tell me. Eventually they called me back. I get the agent, the officer called me back and said, look, we did our research. We didn't even know if you were an attorney. We didn't know you. So I went, okay, well, that's great. He's still, my client's still not talking to you. And I said, well, we have to meet your client. And I go, well, what do you want to do? Like, what do you mean meet my client? Well, we need him to listen to us. I go, well, I can do that. So I literally set up a Zoom call with FBI law and local law enforcement, where my client attended. And before my client got on the camera, I said, hey, you're gonna say good morning, and then you're gonna mute yourself, and if you don't mute yourself, I'm gonna mute you. You're not gonna answer a question. You're not gonna say, yeah, I'm having a nice day. You're not gonna say anything except my name is John Smith. Good morning, that's it. And then you're muting yourself, and if you don't mute yourself, I'm muting you. And then I will answer all of their questions and talk about, and ask the questions that I think are relevant. But I didn't know, what they were going to be asking. I didn't know, right? But it doesn't matter, because I don't care, because my client's not answering it. And then right before we get on, I explained to them, hey, like I told you, we just got to find out if he knows the person. Nope. Listen, I told you that you would have FaceTime. You can see my client's face. That's it. He will say hello, good morning, and then we're hitting mute. And then you're going to talk. He can hear you. I can hear you. And I will answer, I will respond and ask you questions accordingly, based on the topic. And they didn't think, I said, I'm telling brother, then we just don't do it. However you want to do it, go get your PC for your arrest, go get your arrest warrant, go get your search warrants. We're not doing it. And they said, well, I just got to ask that question. I go, I'm sorry. If you look at my client and you see that he's a Hispanic male, a black male, and a white male, and you can visually see that, and you ask him, are you black, white, or Hispanic? He can't even answer that for you, because there's not a drop of information. I just went the wrong way, damn it. Because I want to go home because I'm hungry and thirsty. But my fat butt is going to the gym. Guess what, guys? I'm going to the gym now. So they were like, okay, and they thought they were going to get by. Like, they don't know Roger P. Foley. And then they still tried to ask my client questions, and I was like, mute. Like, it doesn't matter what my client said because it was on mute. And my client was smart and listened to what I was saying. So I find comedy in some of these things. Mr. Foley, we're doing an investigation. Well, that's nice. I'm not going to help you with it. Well, we just need to ask your client. We have to meet with your client. We have to listen. We don't think there's PC. Okay, good. I'm great. You don't have. You know what? You can see my client. We can. Because obviously they can pull a David check, right? They can pull background. They can pull a lot of information. They know what he looks like. You go on someone's Facebook or Instagram and find out what someone looks like, right? But it's just funny how they. You should have seen their face, like, huh? But we just got this. Yeah, that's that. But I only needed $1 to get a bottle of water. But if you ain't got $1, you don't have a bottle of water. So they didn't have the. They weren't getting any information. It was just funny. Anyway, so what else? Asked some people, wrote stuff, but guys, when I stop, I'll take 10 minutes and answer a question or two. Oh geez, I don't even know what I have tomorrow. I can't believe it. I can never get out of the office on time. It's hard to, like, I probably still have, seriously, I probably have at least 5 more things that I needed to get done today, and I couldn't. I can't come home at 10, 11 o'clock at night every night and have a family, and right now I'm trying to go to the gym. So good thing is I don't go to the gym very long. I'm a chub. You want to hear some funny stuff? I said I'm going to divide my body up. I'm going to do legs, and I'm going to do like lower body, upper body. So I go in and do my upper body, and I want to do pull-ups, and I got to do the assist because I got to use the bands. I'm not even strong enough to do enough chin-ups and pull-ups on my own. Too heavy. So I do my assist, and I'm only doing like 3 sets of 6 of that, and then I do a little bit of back and shoulder and chest, and I do some preacher curls. And I walk over to some guy who's on a machine, and honestly, I wasn't really looking at the machine, but he was doing arms. I was like, hey, do you know where the preacher curl is? He's like, I have no idea. And I look down, and he's doing preacher curls. So after he's like, I'm almost done. So I do the preacher curls. Preacher curls, like you're putting your arms down on a bench and you're lifting up. I did it with such light weight, guys. I think it was like 20 pounds. I wrote it down. I think it's 20 pounds. This is the 3rd day. For 3 days, my arms have been like this. Like I can't even shake. I have to shake your hand like this. Like I'm like a robot. Hey, Judge, good to see you. like I'm I don't know. I'm at a body cast or something. My arms have been so sore. My wife has never bought like the stuff that the muscle, whatever you put on, like she's like, oh, we'll use that. And I look at it, it says joint care. I'm like, honey, it's not my joint, it's the muscle, like, and I put it on. Of course it did nothing, and I need some whatever that stuff is called, like sports rub. It helps with like tight muscles. It's like heat, but anyway, so for the last 3 days I've been kind of and then I did legs. And I'm doing legs, and I'm doing the leg press, and I'm doing it with super light weights. I mean, I'm not like nothing. Like I had like 10 pounds on the bar, right? Just because I want to get the motion and try to work on the flexibility. And as the flexibility increases, the weight will increase, right? Because I could do more, but is it really worth like popping something or hurting something when I got to fight for you guys? Or for my clients. You guys just watch me to be amused. So then my legs started getting sore, and my wife's like, why are you walking like that? I'm like, oh, because I squatted like 20 pounds, honey, and I was like, I haven't been squatting, so but anyway, just tangent there. All right, I'm gonna lay. Good for you, go and exercise. Thank you, Blue Steel. Fishing with the lure as a bobber won't catch fish. Yeah, that's a great one. Good evening, Mr. Foley and everyone. Hey guys. Light screen, I gotta go. So I'm just going back to the with the law enforcement and stuff. I'm amazed that people go talk to police. I mean, and I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-doing someone else's job. If you're getting, if I could switch places, like if I switch places with, I don't know, who's your favorite quarterback? But that guy sat on the sideline and still got the 25 or $50 million check, but I was in there doing the work and not getting paid. Why would I do that? So, I mean, I'm not going to do that. Do I like bad guys, bad girls, people who break the law? No. My job is to Monday morning quarterback police officers in my defense practice. I'm going to go, buddy. Because you're going too fast in the parking lot. But I wanted that spot. Damn it. But I don't want anyone drinking and driving. I think everybody should take an Uber or call a friend or think ahead of time, or don't go out and don't drink 4 beers or 10 beers or 15 beers when you're out at the club, right? I don't think anyone should raise their hand to their husband, their wife, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their mother, their father, their sister. Do I think men should duke it out? If 2 brothers want to duke it out, father and son want to duke it out, uncles want to duke it out, cousins want to duke it out. No problem with that. You want to get into a bar fight with someone who's consensual and they want to fight, I don't want you to sucker punch someone, but if a guy's telling you that, he's going to smash your head in and he's coming towards you, by all means, throw your punches. I actually enjoy those cases more because sometimes there's cameras and I get to see the free fight. I don't have to pay for pay-per-view. I love that. I think grown men should duke it out. Hell, there's people on the opposite side that I'd like to go, hey man, let's get let's get on the mat in jiu-jitsu, or let's throw on the boxing gloves or whatever and duke it out, and like whoever wins. No hard feelings. But the problem is, guys, is that it usually doesn't happen like that. Usually the cases that come in are domestic cases and a guy's beating the hell out of his wife, or a wife is, stabbed her husband, and it's like, it's just sad. I don't want to see any of that stuff. People are, selling drugs, but my job is not to analyze that part of it. My job is to, and sometimes I can't take the case, right? I don't like you molest a kid. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I don't take those cases. Unfortunately, I do get a lot of DUIs. I do get a lot of domestics. I do get a lot of drug cases. They're tough. But I select my client. My client comes in and I get to talk to them. Respectfully, respect that first God laws. I also believe that we live in very hard times, expecting bad behavior from everyone. However, we have to build boundaries. Otherwise, yeah, I agree. There's boundaries. So, yesterday, some gentleman called me, and I'm saying gentleman very loosely. Guy calls me on, I don't even know why he's calling me, because I as soon as he starts to tell me, I said, sir, I apologize. I don't think what you are asking, that's not my area of practice. I do personal injury, criminal defense. And I don't know, he's gambling on an app or something. I don't know what the guy's doing. Some kind of gambling, a casino, whatever. Maybe he's in a casino and he wins and the machine says he won, but then he didn't win, and da-da-da. And then I just say, sir, I apologize. I think you're going to need, someone that does gambling, casino law. I think you need a civil attorney to bring a lawsuit to prove that you were victorious in whatever, game of chance you were playing. And this guy just, da-da-da, effing it. No one knows the effing, no one knows what the effing do. And I'm like, brother, you're jumping, right? If I walk into I walk into the gym right now and I tag my little thing that says I'm here, and the guy goes, hey, good evening, and I go, hey, I got a question. I got a cavity on my number 6 tooth, and I was wondering, what amalgam what amalgam would you recommend? He's gonna look at me like I got 2 heads. I thought I was kind. I talked to this gentleman for about 10-15 minutes. I'm trying to go, sir, I don't know the answer to that. I think you need to see, just like the guy, if I go in right now, he's gonna go, I think you probably want to, I should do that. We want to walk in and live, and I'll just walk over to the guy at the counter and go, hey man, just out of curiosity, I have this problem with my back molar. What would you recommend? And I bet you he's gonna say, I recommend you go to a dentist, you lunatic. I'm the guy at the gym counter. You ask me an exercise program, ask me how much you owe for your dues, or right, this guy started cursing at me, and I was like, all right, buddy, I need to go. And he was still yelling into the phone as I was hanging up. And I was like, I don't know what your issue is. So yeah, we're living in some times for sure. All right, guys, what do you say? Steve, hey, Steve. Good evening from Gainesville, Florida, down in the swamp. All right. I think I got some cases coming up that way. Let's see, Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Rick Simon. I'm defending an alleged personal injury. Good luck with that. I'm defending an alleged personal injury pro se. That's weird. Rick, why would you do that? Usually if you have no insurance and no money, no one's going to take the case for the plaintiff. So I don't know what you're doing, but I wish you the best of luck. I couldn't tell you an ounce of how to defend that. I think the lawsuit definitely is not perfect at all. I admire you, Mr. Foley, because you're a very honest person. Some people think people they can't not handle that. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Good evening. Good evening. What's with the falling down look? Oh, that's funny, Rick. I was just looking at that movie post the other day. Osceola County no longer offering reckless driving negotiation for DUI. Yeah, I think a lot of things are going to change. I can't afford turning no insurance. I'm not sure why they're coming after. They want a trial. You know what's funny, Rick? If they get a judgment for you for $20 million and you don't have $20 million, like they can't do anything. At best, they can garnish a percentage of your wages. So that's at best. If they can't collect, like what's the sense of it? That probably just tells you an experienced attorney. While you are in Gainesville on Linda's, look up Andre Abrams, CF reopened 30. Sorry, brother. I get, that's another thing, I got to talk about. I am receiving so many emails. People in prison, one guy got convicted like 20 years ago. And I try to help people, but there's nothing that can be done. If you went to prison 20 years ago and you're out of prison, like it's moot. No court's going to do it. You get new evidence. Why? Like the sentence is over. I want to reverse my conviction. I don't know how you do that. I don't do post-conviction relief. I have a very special writer that helps me. The 3 appeals that I've done, she does all the work behind the scenes, and I do all the talking in front of the scenes. So I couldn't tell you. Over 30 appearance, no actions, gained to a flamethrower. All right. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to go work out for 20, 30 minutes and probably walk with my arms bent and like I have something in my underwear for the next 3 days because I'll be sore. But I'm trying to get to the gym every day, so we're going to see how it goes. Well, best of luck to you, sir. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.